something interesting that I noticed. Oh, my breath. Something interesting that I noticed was that you'll see now. This was a huge debacle that just came out. Was Fallout 76 put out that the collector's edition, where they put out a bag. And they said it was going to be included with the collector's edition was supposed to be a canvas bag. It's supposed to be this large canvas bag. It looked nice. It was a nice canvas bag made out of durable canvas, a straight up nice bag, like a gym bag, and a sports bag, And they switched it out for a really cheap nylon bag, the equivalent of a thick trash bag. It was like a really bad, it was a terrible, terrible nylon, cheap, not even nylon, like that plastic. It was like that plastic, that sort of tough plastic, and not that tough, to be honest with you. I have had bags like that. They fall apart in seconds. They're like sort of cheap giveaway bags that it's like really cheap material that they'll use for, I don't know, for giveaways and stuff like that. They're really cheap material that rips in, like you could shove your finger through it, put it that way. You can push real hard and shove your finger through it. Did I get that? But, so they switched it with that, and what made me sort of laugh was, it didn't make me laugh, it made me think about it, and it's another reason why now they're starting to put out these collector's editions, right, with the game, and they somehow think that their return policies apply to the game. I mean, apply to the entire collector's edition, right? Should I do this? No. You know what? No. That's too many torches. I don't like that. Nope. That didn't work. But in this case, now they're dealing, because it's a collector's edition, they're dealing with physical items, actual physical items that aren't software, right? They're not software. So it's not under the same return policy. You can't suddenly throw software in there and then go, oh, sorry, too bad, you can't return it. It's like, the hell I can't. That's not software. That's not a game. That's fraud. If you try to say, oh, you can't return it, it's like, no, you can't say that. You could do that with a game, for sure. But you know what? No, you can't do that with physical items. Now they're starting, because they're collector's editions, because they thought they could get away with it with software. They now think they could throw in actual physical items and start trying to get away with it with those as well. And no, they can't. And people won't be accepting of that. So I don't see that. I could see them getting hit by class action lawsuits for that. As a matter of fact, I think I heard something about one of them. Because somebody was doing a class action lawsuit against the company for the bugs. I don't know about the bags though, but I could totally see that happening. I don't see why they didn't, or somebody hasn't yet. It would surprise me. It wouldn't surprise me if somebody does. Put it that way. Because you can't get away with that with physical items as well. People won't accept that for physical items. You could do that with software, right? You can try to get away with it because you've been doing it for so long. But as soon as you start adding physical items in there, real actual items, you can't just go, oh, sorry, you can't return that. And then do something like what they did do, which was switch it out. Instead, what the big kerfuffle was with the bag was that they turned around, but as they turned around and switched out the canvas bag with that nylon bag, that cheap nylon bag, and then was like, sorry, you can't get a refund. Sorry. We're not refunding your money for that. Even though you can't do that. That's fraud to suddenly turn around and switch out an item without informing the person and being able to let them cancel it. You can't do that. Yeah, that's a very clear case of fraud. Or you'd have a very good case to say that that's fraud. Without, making an item and then not giving, if you switch something out, say, we couldn't, they said they didn't have enough canvas. They couldn't get a supplier of canvas. I was like, first of all, you're full of crap. At first they said it was, the item was cost too much money, which is, I believe that the item, they said the item was too much money and they had to switch it out because it was too expensive. I believe that. Not that the item was too expensive. It isn't. Canvas isn't expensive. Canvas is, it might have cost them like a couple bucks to make that bag. It might have cost them maybe $5 to make that bag. Out of a $200 collected edition, by the way. It cost $200 for the collector's edition. $5 would have been nothing. They could literally just made the bag at cost and said whatever, just to keep people happy. They could have made the bag a cost and just said, okay, we won't make any profit off the bag. I mean, the bag couldn't have made. The main thing was that in the collector's edition was this Fallout helmet, power armor helmet. That was the big thing. So, a part of me was like, why didn't you just make it a cost? And just make everybody happy and just let it go. But anyway, they thought they could get away with saying, sorry, you can't return that. I'm certain somebody at some point is going to turn around and bring a lawsuit against them. I'm sure of it. Because people are just not going to accept that. They're just not. Yeah, I'm going to put it right here, I think. Oh, wow, my time is already gone? Damn. Okay, well, what I'll do is, let me just... quickly do this. Okay, put in my tower here, my support structure. Need to get up to the air. Okay, there we go. I didn't realize how much gravel I'm using. Okay. Okay. That's good. I'll put another one past that tree, I think. But anyway, the point is that, think about it. A lot of the problem stems from the fact that they think they can just. A lot of what's going on, a lot of the issues, have to do with the thought that they can just. That the video game companies can just say, you can have a refund. If they had to refund something, if people were unhappy with it, you would suddenly the those deadlines and stuff like that would become suddenly more realistic, because people would just suddenly turn around and start going, I want my money back. If they got something that was a buggy mess and it wasn't fixed and it wasn't done and it was crap, you would suddenly see them making stuff. Hand over fist, you'd suddenly see them going on, bending over backwards to make sure that they had enough time, they had enough, this and that, and they weren't ripping people off. Because people would just return it. People would just be like, I'm not paying for this. I'm not paying for this game. It's a big broken, buggy mess. And if the consumer has the right to be able to do that, and has the power to go, no, I'm not paying for that, then suddenly the company turns around and tries to make a little more effort into keeping something honestly okay. They won't turn around and suddenly make it so horrible that people will return it. They'll try to at least make it at a minimum level so that people will be like, that most people will go, okay, and say, I won't bring it back. And now you're starting to see problems with, like the collector's edition. Now you're saying that the problem is they're trying to now mix it together with actual physical items that aren't software. And people are not going to accept that. And not just not accept it, but that there are laws to protect against that type of thing. It's not software. So, you can't just do that. It's called fraud. You can't just suddenly switch out items, things like that, and then say, oh, well, too bad, you don't have any option, you can't return it, sorry. You can't do that. Which is why, by the way, you'll have seen a lot of companies trying to sell collected editions. Why do you suddenly see them selling it without the game included? That's why. The game isn't being included because those are items, physical items. They know it. Other companies that are doing that know it. They have experience with it, or they have experience in litigation and law. They know that could be construed as fraud, and they could be sued for it. So they went out of the way to make sure they have a collector's edition without the actual game in it. You have to buy the game separately. That's why that happens, by the way. They're not being weird or cheap. They're doing it because that's the law. And they don't want to get caught in it. And they don't want to get caught in fraud. So let me finish this. You can at least do this. Anyway, that's a little game rant for this episode. Oh wow, I need another one. Let's see, there's some diorite right there. Oh wow, I'm trying to get diorite from under the sea. Oh man. This isn't going to do well. I might have to suddenly start digging for diorite. Do I have more? Yes, I do. Okay, yes, I do. Alright. But I think I will end up digging for some diorite. I knew I needed some supplies. What the heck did I just do there? Okay. What the? Get me off. Thank you. I'm trying to get off this thing. Okay. Alright, this episode's going to go on long. I'm not going to finish until I finish with this. That's something. I think a lot of problems stem from the fact that people can't. That the industry assumes you can't, or has tried to keep it so that you can't return items. And said you haven't been able to return them. Is it a zombie? No, it's not. Okay. That they think they have the upper hand. They can do whatever they feel like. Wow, that bed went down fast. My bed just dropped into the ground real quick. Right through the water. Thought it would float down at least a little bit. But that's something I think needs to change. I think that is a major problem. I think that's that causes major problems. How far up am I? I'm pretty far up already. Okay. I think that will be a continuing issue for as long as it's occurring. At some point, I think it will absolutely have to change. And you want to solve some problems, not all of them. It won't suddenly make the game industry honest, but that will solve some problems. You'll suddenly see games companies, if you could get them to do that, if you get to force them to accept a return policy or get them to have a return policy, they will suddenly start putting in realistic deadlines. One of the things you see now is less and less. What kills me is less and less is they don't have to. You see even worse deadlines because stuff is turning to digital, and that's to their advantage. They don't have to have those. They don't have to accept those fines because the games are because the games are digital. You could download them. So they're getting to a point where they're like, well, we could have all the way up until the day that it's due. We don't have to worry about. We could keep on working immediately all the way through it until the day is due because you could just download it. You don't have to have that date. You could push back the date by a month, say, because a lot of the stuff, sometimes the stuff isn't being, they don't have to send it to a factory to have it packaged and stuff like that. And they really want to push that away. They really want to get away from that because that'll make it so that it's easier for them. Far easier for them. Ooh, wow. Jumped right up on there. Okay. we go. And everything else that entails, you know. Let's do this. There we go. There's another one done. I'll do like another 3 more maybe in the next episode, and that'll be it. But that was my rant. That was my gaming rant for a few months. It just surprises me how the industry just continuously is stunningly greedy. To a point where they just shoot themselves in their own foot, you know, it's like unbelievable. It's constantly making it worse and worse for themselves. Why? Because they don't care. They know that it's going to get worse for themselves. They know it's going to get worse for them later. So they're like, well, get as much money as we can now, because at some point the party's going to be over. They know that. They're thinking to themselves, you know, the party's going to end at some point soon, so we got to do it now. We get as much money as we can now, while we still can. Here we go. You know what I will do? I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to make a tiny little house here. Let me get rid of this tree and I'm going to put up the universal symbol for my universal symbol for civilization, which is my acacia tree. So if you don't mind sitting here. Actually, you know what? I'll just keep playing for a while. And I'll split this up into 2 episodes. That's what I'll do. Why not? Because this is next to that temple right there, the sea temple. I'll show you in a second. And if I ever want to attack that sea temple and get stuff, I could use this as a little base I could keep running back to. I'm literally beating wood with a stake. I'm cutting down trees with a stake. That's pretty amazing. There it is. Last piece of wood. There we go. I think. Is that the last one? Yeah, it looks like it. Okay. Close to it, very close to it, I think. Yep, okay. Alright. I could use the wood to build a house. Just a little tiny, little crappy little house. Okay. I'll use the andesite. That's what I'll do. What? Really? Okay. Oh, there's some more wood. I'll put the andesite down and make a little. Yeah, okay. Oh, no, I'll put dirt down. Oh, no, I won't. What am I talking about? I use this as a little base, a little midway base. As a matter of fact, that's what I'll call it. I'll call it midway. Then I'll, ooh, I don't know if you heard that. That was my heat. Making some noise. Nope. Right clicked. I've been having trouble with my hands lately. Honestly. Got some dirt here. I don't know, I just don't trust the sand for some reason. Okay. Where's the andesite? There it is. That's it. I'm not going to make a huge house or anything. It's just... Oh, really? Thank you. There we go. There we go. There we go. Okay, and let's get rid of this stuff here real quick. Okay, that's fine. And I'll put up a nice little house here. Oh, you know what? Let me do that. Collect all this junk. Because you can see it, right? The temple. I'll show you right there. See it down there? All the squids are in the way, but you can see it down there. I might use this place as an assault on that temple. Let me see here. Okay. Alright, let me sleep real quick. Yeah, I'm going to split this out into 2 files. And then, heat popping. I'm sorry if you could hear that. That's my heat popping, and I'll try to fix it. I don't think that one was too loud, but normally it's sort of loud. Actually, you know what I will do? Now that I get some dirt back, I'm going to do this. I just want to make it look even. There we go. Okay, quickly, a house. Let me put down a base. Is that all the stone I have, really? I need space. Get these shoot hangs. Oh, okay, here we go. And I need some doors. Okay. Anyway, that was just some thoughts in the industry. I don't know how many people have interest in it. You know, AO says he's not a gamer. I don't think. I'm not sure that ASMR Wolf is a gamer. Yeah, I think he was. I was thinking about him recently, actually. If you hear this, ASMR Wolf, put something in the chat there, real quick, just so I know you're still alive. And I still hope these are helping you. Honestly, I really do. I do think about, when I'm making videos, I do think about, you know, various people. And what works for them and what's good for them and what's something that's pretty, you know, things that are helping them. There we go. That's what I wanted. And I remember you seemed to think it was working pretty good. I was helping you sleep. I've been doing some reflecting lately, so thinking back on different things, and maybe it's the holidays, I guess. Nope, wrong way. Okay. Yeah, okay. And I do this. There, okay. One, two, three, four. I need 4 more. When I do my thing, my table, crafting table, okay. Excuse me, I hope this is sort of mellow. Oh, something, you know what? I suggest you listen to if you happen to like my voice, if you happen to like an older guy's voice like this. I almost positive I mentioned it before, but maybe not. I don't remember. But I'm subscribed to a guy named ASMR, relaxing ASMR, and he's great. He's an older guy, he's an older gentleman, and he does various videos. Oh, why did I go up there? No, I don't want that. Why is it? Okay, hold on. It's not doing it the way I wanted. Okay. Oh, okay. Wait. Okay, that's good. I'll accept this. No, that's what I wanted. See, is. Oh, okay. It's working. Alright, there we go. It only needs a couple doors. Oh, my table. There it is. Okay. Do I have enough wood for a table? No, I don't. Oh, yes, I do. Wait, yes, I do. Not for a not for a table, for a door. There we go. And how about a little chest? Perfect. Put a little chest here. Do I have enough for another table? No. Put that there. Put a bed here. And a couple of doors. There we go. But I was saying, ASMR, relaxing ASMR is this older gentleman who does, he's really creative, I think. And he has a really nice sort of old guy, craggly, scraggly sort of old guy voice that I find really relaxing. I really suggest checking him out. He does something that I really like. There's this thing called, he finds different ways to make ASMR out of like common objects, common ordinary things. Like he does one that I thought was really creative. It was like, he just takes a catalog, like he'll get catalogs at home, like Christmas catalogs or something like that. That'll have, like, it'll be like one of those Brooks catalogs or something like that, where they're trying to sell you sort of overpriced and expensive stuff that that you could sort of buy. Not Brooks. I can't remember the name of it. There's a store that we used to. It wasn't Brooks Brothers. It was Brookside or something like that, Sidebrook or something, where they would sell you stuff like, those pillows or chairs or massage chairs and stuff like that. But like expensive sort of gift items that would come in a catalog. And he'll take the catalog and there'll be like 3 or 4 items on a page, and he'll go this or that. And he takes out a Sharpie and you look at the page. He looks at the page and he starts to, he'll go through the items and describe them a little bit and be like, oh, okay, here's a Christmas tree. Here's pajamas to the pajamas, and here's some tool set, a wrench box or something. You'll be like, which one do I want? And then he'll circle the one that he wants, or that he's thinking, like, if he was going to have to pick something on that page, what would he pick? And it's great. It's just, that's all you need. He just goes to show you that that's all he does, like, it's that simple. And he turns it into ASMR. I thought that was really creative. I was like, wow, that's great. I find it to be really fun and creative. And I was really impressed by it. I really like his different stuff. And he does a Minecraft one as well, by the way. If you want to listen to some more Minecraft. He does, hold on, what do I want to use for this? Okay. More wood, I guess. He has a little, not a little, he has a big, like, fortress of his. He has this Minecraft fortress. I saw it. I happened to be looking at, the reason I found him was I happened to be looking up if there were any, like, adult Minecraft channels where people were doing different stuff. That's one of the reasons why I found the French Whisperer, and if they were doing ASMR versions of it, that's what I wanted. Specifically to see if there was a person that was doing Minecraft quietly, because I thought that would be great to listen to. And he was one of them. And I really like it. He does different. I think he's an artist, because he does really. He's a really good drawer, like really good. And certainly fabulous to watch. I would really recommend him. He's really great to listen to. He takes his time and goes slow. That's one of the things I don't do. I haven't been doing recently. I need to get back to it. Or I take a pause and I, just take my time and take a breath and just pause, Let me see where I'm going to make another. I guess here. Yeah, maybe here. Oh, you know what I need to do is put some torches here. So you can see it. This will be a little, you know what I'll do? I'll put food in here, put some food here, some dirt, some stone, some gravel, anything like that, some flint. And I gotta put my tree out there. That's one thing I'm gonna do right now. Let me throw some extra, oh, that's perfect. This back area here. That's what I'm gonna do. There we go. Actually, I don't need that. Don't need that either. There. What I do need is a... I do need an oven. Wow, I need some cobblestone too. I might off screen. I might run home and get some extra supplies. Yeah, I might. Okay, yeah. Alright, that's perfect. And I'll grab another bed and stuff. Oh, that's all I need. That's it. Put some coal there. Actually, I'll shove it in the stove. Okay, that's it. Yep. And yeah, that's a good idea. Okay. I'm gonna run home back to my original base and grab a bunch of stuff. Oh, wait a minute, which one am I closest to? Oh, well. Okay, I'll run home. That'll be sort of fun. I haven't been back here in a while. But, oh, in the meantime, let me get off here. I will say goodbye. I'll say goodbye for now. It's getting too long. But, thank you for joining me. My buddy says we have a little house here now. We have a little place. It'd be sort of cool if the tree appeared. We have a little place here, and yep, there we go. There we go. My mini map. And I'm going to end up dividing this into two 45-minute episodes, so I hope that's okay. I keep doing that every once in a while. And I hope you enjoy it, so I hope you didn't mind me rambling all that time and about the game stuff and complaining. I didn't mean it to be complaining. I just meant, you know, it's just something to talk about. So I hope you're okay with that. And I hope you join me again. So goodbye for now.